work on those in the week leading up to the game. Great delivery, great flick, kind of similar to the one I had earlier in the year against Montreal. Just found myself in the right spot, fought through some hand fighting and grabbing, and fortunately fell to me and got it over the line.
Thank you, Josh. We'll open it for.
Josh, you were told to start this game. You haven't been starting a whole lot of games, and you come up against Messi and the rest of the Miami squad, who I don't need to name all of them. I think you know them by now. But
Yeah.
I mean, how do you, first of all, how do you prepare mentally and physically for something like that, and how do you think you did tonight against that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys have probably heard this 100 times now, but we always talk about next man up mentality and staying ready. And fortunately, I was able to know early in the week that I was going to be in the lineup, so I was able to prepare mentally for that, mentally and physically. Being in a left back position that I've played a couple times this year, still a little new for me, but this isn't the time to shy away from the opportunity, and these are when the lights are the brightest. And I'm looking across the locker room at everyone else and just seeing how much it means to everyone and how ready and prepared we were. So I knew that I had to step up and do my job. And, if that means scoring a goal on a set piece to help us win, that's what it means. So, but I think, it was a full team effort. It wasn't just me. You look at guys like Matt Corcoran coming in and doing a job. I think he showed really well in game one coming onto the game, and then, getting the call up to start. And he rose to the challenge. It just goes to show you, what we've been saying all year, and next man up, and we have a full team that can be productive on the field.
And on that goal, the fourth goal of the season, is there something specific that you are doing differently, or are you aiming to score those goals, or is it just kind of happening from set pieces?
I mean, I'm always trying to score on set pieces. Those are kind of our moments as defenders to get up the field and get our chance. I do think that I'm someone that other teams maybe don't plan for or forget about, especially when we have guys like Walker who are obvious targets. So if I can kind of slip under the radar and get myself in a good spot, and again, credit to the coaching staff for putting us in those areas. We worked on that exact play throughout the week, and yeah, it showed.
Josh, in both games of the series, BJ has said you seem to do a decent job of keeping Miami out of the middle of the field, of really dangerous areas, forcing them out wide. I guess, what do you feel changed tonight in that regard that allowed you to give up only one goal instead of three?
Yeah, I think you can talk a lot about tactics and on the field stuff. I think this game wasn't so much about that. We made little tweaks and we watched video and did some things differently, but this game was between the ears and in your hearts, and you could see that, I think, from everyone tonight. A little cold and rainy, perfect for us, just to be dogs out there. We say that a lot too, and I think you definitely saw that. So we knew we've had success, like you said. We wanted to keep them out of the middle of the field and not allow them to face us up and run at us. And I think just the commitment from everyone, full team effort. Joe came up big a couple times. And yeah, I think our mentality and the way we imposed ourselves on them tonight didn't allow them to get as many dangerous chances.
How much of a weight off your shoulders is it to say you beat Miami for the first time since 2023? 10 meetings against them is
Yeah, it's a good feeling, especially in a win or go home game. We knew what we were up against. Our backs were against the wall, and one of the things we said really early in the week was there's no way this team is going to beat us 3 times in a row, going back to decision day and then game one. And we were, fortunate to come back here in front of our home fans. It was a great energy tonight. You guys all saw that. And yeah, the commitment from everyone was fantastic.
Yeah, Josh, you just talked about the fans. How important is it in a game like this with a sellout crowd to have that little extra boost from a crowd like this?
So important. I think I was watching the New York and Charlotte game earlier in the day, and they were, previewing the game and just talking about, I think there was only one away win, and I think it was New York at Charlotte so far in the first round. I don't know what else happened tonight, but coming home was a great feeling for us. It was so cool, man. Like, just with the rain coming down and the lights and seeing the fans going crazy, it was obviously special too, revealing the Open Cup banner before the game. That was another little nuance that just gave us some energy. And, yeah, it was great. We had a lot of family here tonight from a lot of the guys. And we talked about, what's your purpose and whatever you play for, whatever it is, just play for that tonight. And, yeah, the fans were incredible to stick it out in cold and rainy. It was one of the best environments I've played in for sure.
And then, especially in the second half, but I guess kind of in the game in general, it felt like it was pretty open, a lot of counterattacks both ways. What, for you and the back line as a whole, what went into trying to obviously get forward and contribute to those counterattacks, but also stay back and really keep Miami quiet for most of the match?
Yeah, you look at the scoreline. We were fortunate enough to get up a couple goals in the first half, so we knew that they were in the second half. They were going to commit numbers forward and try and get a result. So in that, we know that we're going to have opportunities when we do win the ball to transition. You saw some great individual efforts tonight from guys. Hani, Yazbek making a couple runs, guys who came on doing what it takes to get ourselves up the field. But we also talk about like our position while attacking, especially in the back line and with one of the midfielders at least, and being aware of their threats because we know that that's a game that favors them when they want to get in these back and forth transition games. So being very mindful. I primarily stayed home a little bit more today just to try and counter some of their attacking threat that they have in transition. And we did a really good job dealing with not only first balls and intercepting and making it tough for them to get clean touches down, but also second balls with our midfielders coming down. And it was just fantastic from everyone.
Josh, first half, before the goal, but even after the goal, their press was pretty high and pretty intense.
Yeah.
And you spent a lot of time trying to navigate out of that. Talk a little bit about kind of what you see and kind of what you're trying to do as you're trying to get out of that press.
Yeah, we talked about their midfielders coming up, and if we see both midfielders coming up, we know that there's going to be space in behind to maybe skip our midfielders and play into that forward line. It's all about reading who's pressing you. If and like you said, their intensity was good. So if guys are flying out, there may be times where you can take a touch by them and if you can beat the first press on the dribble, it's going to mean that some other player is going to have to step to you, and there's always going to be an open guy. It's definitely difficult when they get their press right and they make it tough for us, but I think we stayed committed to it, and also not having any shame in dumping it in behind them and chasing it and making them play back to their goal, and just getting ourselves up the field and then putting our press on and winning the ball in good areas. I think we won the ball in a lot of good areas tonight. Guys like Lex, Eddie, Yaz, the back pressing and the cutting out angles and just picking up all the balls and making it difficult for them was a big part of it.
Josh, obviously, like you was said earlier, it's good to get this over in terms of beating Miami after a long time. But what about going over there? Not only about beating them at home, but also the many games that Nashville has had this season losing away. Not necessarily because it was bad games that you guys play, but still losing the games. What needs to happen?
Yeah.
Because in this game, BJ said that Nashville needed to play more like Nashville for longer periods of time. What's going to happen away?
I think we got to do that same thing. Come with the same mentality, not let them push us around. Show that we can go toe-to-toe like we did tonight with them and play the type of game that they want to play. We talk about the game within the game and all the little extra stuff that goes on. We got to be nasty. We got to show that. But I think this gives us a lot of confidence. And like you said, the first time beating Miami, kind of getting that monkey off our back and showing that we can do that. But you touched on it. It's hard to win on the road in this league, and we know it's going to take an effort even greater than what we had tonight to beat them on the road. But we got a big week ahead of us to recover and prepare. And I know that BJ is going to have us prepared, and the rest of the staff is going to have us prepared and ready to go and put our best foot forward. And, these are when the lights are the brightest. So we got to be up for it and know that it's win or go home, just like it was tonight.
Josh, Valer mentioned earlier, obviously 4 goals in the season for you, but you played in different positions, left back, right back, some center back here and there. For you, would you say your positional awareness has increased throughout this season?
I've definitely learned a lot, just being all across the back line, seeing different stuff, different pictures. I think this year was primarily a right back year for me, which was new as well. I've primarily been a center back before this. It's a little bit of a mirror image type of thing, just being on my left foot, but it's also nice to be able to come inside on my right foot and have that and use that to my advantage. But yeah, I think I've learned a lot, and talking to guys like Dan Lovitz, who are in that left back position a lot, and Tate and Taylor and all these guys, and learning from them and just taking little things from them. And it's definitely helped me in my game. And just I have to be super in tune with whatever position I'm going to be playing, and kind of studying and getting that right. And then ultimately, when it comes down to being on the field, the players just got to play. And I know that this is a game I've been playing for a long time, and I enjoy doing it, have a lot of fun out there, so I think having that freedom gives me a lot of confidence as well.
You've obviously spoke already about the high-pressured situations in tonight's match, but specifically against Allende with Air Miami, just explain that battle tonight between you and him when it came to those through balls and those high-contested matchups.
Yeah, he's a player who likes to get in behind. I knew that. We talk about he loves to do a little check and go, so I was always being cautious of that. I favor myself in those matchups. I think I can compete physically in that regard. He's obviously a great player, and they have guys who can play that pass and put us under pressure. But I think, just always being on high alert with these guys. You can't switch off for a moment because they'll punish you. And I think I did a good job of staying present tonight and always being ready and kind of sensing that danger. And then there was times where I didn't get it right. And, I had Walker, Jason, Brian Acosta at the end of the game coming in and rotating out and bailing me out sometimes. And I think the rotation from them was great to be able to get out and cover. We need that from our center backs, our holding mids. And, I've said it 5 times now, but the effort from everyone tonight was incredible. Thank you, guys.